KADIEJHA.MAXINE. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a quick video of how we put up our window treatments. Before I get started with that, I wanted to talk a little bit about the company. The company we chose was Select Blinds. The only reason, this is completely not sponsored. Nobody has called me, emailed me, but the reason why I wanted to make this video is because we looked for reviews and we couldn't find anything that was not sponsored. I found like 2 sponsored videos, and although they were really good for helping me figure out what would look good in our home, they weren't good with telling the process of even how to do this. And so I found Select Blinds from Google. There's another one called like blinds.com that does something similar. But with Select Blinds, you do everything yourself. You measure yourself, you send in those measurements, and you also install yourself. So that kind of helps to keep the price down. So we went with what we wanted, which were shades, different type of shades. We got 2 natural textured shades, and like 6, I believe, blackout white shades, like standard just white shades. And then in our owner suite, we actually got some Roman shades, and I really wanted those. I fought hard for them. The only thing I wish I would have done with the Roman shades was get the ones with the pleats. Ours are flat, so when you pull it down, it's flat. It's supposed to be flat, but when you pull it down, it's flat, but when you pull it up, it doesn't like bubble over, and I think that's really what I wanted to go for. Now, to jump into the process, we went to selectblinds.com. They always have a sale. The good thing about when we ordered was that we actually came extremely under budget because we got our stuff during a holiday sale that was 30% off. It was 40% off and then an extra 30% off. So this sale was outrageous. It was crazy. We saved like $1,200, I think. What I would suggest though is before you order, no matter what company you order from, order samples. I don't have the samples from what we ordered, but I do have these natural samples. So I have this pickled teak wood. And I knew I didn't like this because it was kind of gray. Didn't want that. We wanted something to warm up our home because our home is very white. And then we have these here. This golden poppy is beautiful. Let me see if I can really show y'all. Yeah, that's more of the tone. But it's even more golden than that. That golden poppy is beautiful, but again, it was too natural. It didn't fit the privacy needs. And then we checked out the white linen in a Roman shade. This also comes in drapes, so they can do drapes as well. Didn't like the texture of this. It had too much of a silver tone. And then I loved Restful. So beautiful. So freaking beautiful. But I'm glad I didn't go with this, and I'll tell you why in a second. So we did get something similar to this in our home, which was this. We went with the China doll. The reason why I'm glad we didn't go with that Restful is because this China doll, it has pieces of blue and black, and it's just so pretty with the rest of our home. We have these natural roller shades in our downstairs, so in our kitchen window and our front door window. And so we wanted to make sure that those shades would tie into the kitchen, which has gray cabinets and gold hardware. We have a gold faucet, gold light pendants, gold pools. And then we also still wanted to keep some of those lighter tones to match our stainless steel appliances and our gray cabinets. And our gray cabinets are kind of a cool blue gray. And then we have white countertops. So it's like we wanted this to marry. We're getting a black dining table, so we definitely needed something that would be a good contrast to different shades of neutral. I would suggest ordering as many of these as you can. We've exhausted a lot of options. I even tried this like roller shade in a natural color. These are like the standard white roller shades that we got in the rest of the house. They're not really like, they're like polyester, I don't know, but they're not like fabric, if you know what I'm saying. And then we ended up getting the natural linen in our owner suite bedroom. So these are the two that I do have samples for that we have in our home. And then the white ones are just standard white roller shades that feel like polyester or whatever this is. I would suggest you put it up against your walls. If you have any furniture, we went to the furniture store and purchased a new sofa. I took these and I laid them on the new sofa at the store to see if they would go with the house, because the sofa cost, you know, and these aren't cheap either, but I could replace these. I'm not gonna be able to just replace the sofa, but I still wanted to make sure I got something that we liked. So the good thing about Select Blinds is that everything you need, they give you. Here is our measurement sheet. Select Blinds tells you exactly how to measure, exactly what to do, and then you literally plug this information in on their website and they do the rest. You don't need to do anything more than what they ask. They will do everything else. And then you get your packages in some very long cardboard boxes. They're packaged very well. Select Blinds, it is a real company. The reviews, a lot of the reviews are good and for good reason. The install process took time because my husband and I have never done anything like this before. This is our first home, but I will say, don't plan on going anywhere. If you want to spend a whole day doing this, especially if you have a bigger house, but if you want to spend the whole day doing this, don't plan on, don't plan on going anywhere because you're going to get tired. They make it seem like it's like pop, pop, pop. Now there is a little bit of math to it, and if you follow their directions to the T, I guess, and doing that math and making sure, but at the end of the day, I feel like anything that has to do with using a drill, a screw, some nails, it's never as easy as it sounds if it's not something you do all the time. You know, like if I had my father to come over here to do it, he could have probably gotten all these up in 3 hours, but that's because he uses his hands every day. But we don't do that. And so it doesn't mean that you can't do it. It just means take your time. You might have a couple mishaps. Some things might not go right, and then you'll have to take it down and try again. The other downfall that I would like to chat a bit about is the natural roller shades. They do have a tendency to unravel on the ends because they are natural. So they're not bound. I didn't pay for them to be bound on the sides because I didn't want to take away from the beauty of it. But to combat that, I went and bought some Fray Away from Michaels, which is just a seam filler and it's clear. So what I'm gonna do is just go along the seam and just drop a little bit on the sides. So I can seal in those seams on the side of my shades. I didn't want to put, because you can pay extra for different bindings on the end. They have them in different colors, but I wanted to keep that beautiful, simple texture. And so I didn't pay for that. And now I have to deal with this. Some of the seams are already coming out and we've only had these out of the box maybe 3 or 4 days, like 5 days now. But that's really the only thing that I would say that's bad. I'm gonna let you all have a look at what we purchased and then I'll jump right into the rest of the vlog. it to the, oh, never mind. You fixed it.
It's perfect?
Yeah. Okay, on the scale of 1 to what they, how hard was it to put together? Now that you're done.
Some had its difficulties, some was a lot easier. So I would say these, if we had normal screws, like some lines came with like Phillips screws, or at least some parts. If it was all Phillips, probably would have been like a 2 or 3. But it took a lot of work because a lot of it we had to like one-handed screw because the Phillips holes was kind of big. I would give these like a 2. Once you explain how those Roman shades work, it was easy, so I'll give those a 2 too. It wasn't a lot to measure, but you know, we came up with the idea to just drill a hole in the middle and then use that. So
this is the valence. And we got the valence on all of these light rollers. It could have been exposed, but I just paid extra to make it clean and crisp. Where's that one? Some good privacy. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out Select Blondes. I think it's a good company. You do have to do most of the work yourself, but hey, when you're trying to save some money, you gotta do what you gotta do.